qué padre que están aquí. Hay este espacio that it occurred this space for us to meet more intimately. Thanks for being here, Cyber, and listening to our crazy stuff. We are so crazy, but we are proud of it. And yeah, lo que quieran preguntar, bebés. Bueno, primero que nada, Laguna Delfos surgió como una marca de ropa y accesorios. Todo surge gracias a nuestros elfos. Everything is because our elfic beings that are our friends. His name is Pookie, and he is the elf of magic and luck. So he was the first one that came to us. Fue el primero en llegar a nosotros. It was a gift. And after that, todo empezó a cambiar para nosotros. I started to like earrings, elfic earrings, y las vendía en la universidad. I was selling them in the university. And that was a way that me permitía ganar dinero en la universidad, earn money, because we always have been like supported by my mom, but also we as artists, we need money and we need to invest money and more money, so empezamos a vender cositas y así. Y todo empezó con joyería élfica, like jewelry, elfic jewelry, y después we started to paint clothes, painting clothes, and that was a way, like how we started the brand. But after that, empezamos a explorar más como nuestro estilo, nuestra estética, y así surgió Laguna Delfos, not as just a brand, but also like a universe, an imaginary universe where we like hang out with elfie and like elf beings and also dragons and also all the mysticism, because we are not just in that because of our aesthetic. We love that, and we really believe in magic. We really believe that they exist and that magic exists, y eso es lo que queremos compartir siempre con las personas, que la magia es algo que existe si la creemos, if we have faith in ourselves and in what we share with the world. So,
creo que igual siempre fuimos muy artistas desde pequeñas, o sea, we were always artists since we were little, and por ejemplo yo empecé también con el tatuaje. Y creo que somos artistas muy multidisciplinarios, o sea, y creo que Laguna Delfos también tiene parte de eso, that we do a lot of different artistic things. It's not just clothes, it's tattoo, it's jewelry, it's like a whole world performance. Like we did performance last weekend in the Harajuku party, and it was amazing. And we've been doing performance not a lot of time, honestly, like 1 year. Tiene como 1 año que empezamos a hacer performance, y creo que a mí me inspiró mucho mi hermano en ese contexto, ¿no? Y creo que también lo que resulta muy inspirador de Laguna Delfos es que somos hermanos. We are brothers, like family, and we inspire each other. Like, it's a teamwork. It's not just me. We do everything together, and when we have ideas, we create them together. And like, oh, what do you think about this? And then we do it together, and it's just really beautiful to have a team like that. Y creo que justo Laguna Delfos es un trabajo en equipo en ese contexto y en todas las disciplinas artísticas que manejamos.
And also we were inspired by Japanese culture since we were little, because we were really so addicted to anime. we love anime, and we started that, and as brothers, we saw anime together, and we were like, hey, do you want some chips and watch anime together? So Japanese culture has been really something so special for us, not just in like fashion, because I really love anime narratives as shonen, las narrativas de shonen, because like main character, he always or she always is searching for the truth or searching for a way to be like the best, how can I say, like the best way of being themselves, true to yourselves. So we were really inspired about that, and also about cyberpunk. We started, before everything Harajuku, we started with cyberpunk, because we love like this, well, we also make politics in Laguna Delfos. We make upcycling like as a way to recycle and a way to make something for the world, and also like we believe in punk, not just as an aesthetic, also as a way of living, as a way of being like congruente, like being authentic and truthful with what we stand. And cyberpunk for us is like a way where narratives like teach us how society is getting to a worst place, with war, with a lot of things that make us sensitive. But we always try to talk about these things, gender, non-binary topics, like always being like the rejected, or always being like lo rechazado, lo ridículo, the things that make us ashamed. But we try to take that and make it revolutionary. Like being ashamed, it's not the way we need to live. It's the way society teaches us how to live. So being rejected is the best way, because that means we are different, and that means we are authentic, and that means we are totally true to ourselves. That's why also I love being a clown, because for me clowns are the rejected of the society, but are the ones that laugh about it, like are the ones that since middle age were the ones that were able to laugh about the king and laugh about society stuff and juggle and be happy. And that's why also I really relate clown with the Cora, because we sometimes know, and that happened in the picnic in the park, like, hey, you're coming to give show, or you're coming like as clowns to like. And that's how sometimes when we are the Cora, cuando somos de Cora, piensan que somos payasos, ¿no? Que somos así de, ay, el payasito, ya llegó el payasito a dar show, or that are like costumes, disfrazados, ¿no? But not really, this is part of our identity. And also, that's why we always in Laguna Delfos are trying to talk about these things, about identity, about how we live this, not as an aesthetic. Because I think that people think that fashion is just aesthetic, and fashion is just like, dress good, or but no, fashion is a way of living, fashion is a way of being true to our identity, and that's why the Cora has been so powerful for us, and also Gyaru. So yeah. Thanks guys. I have been making content in TikTok for a while, and I also have like kiddos like Honey, and I started being viral in TikTok because I do like little kiddos. I paint them as a clown, like dolls. And a lot of kiddos were like, oh my god, clowns, and oh my god, I want to be you, and I love how you dress. And also I started doing lives, and sometimes they put me like, they act like these things, no? I have been bullied in school, like for being me, and I always tell them like, you don't have to dress up like so rainbow, or so charmed, or so extravagant. Even if you like put like a clip, and that will make you feel like beautiful, and that will make you feel like you are doing a detail, a different detail in your day, and that will make you feel like hot by yourself. That's the important thing. Even if you are not so charmed, or so, even if it's just a clip, even if it's just a drawing, even if it's just like a thought that you are like that, and you, because we also were talking about like yesterday with Ray, like Harajuku is not just like fashion that you can see or watch. It's also in our heart. So it doesn't matter if you don't dress like that. If it's in your heart and it's like the way you feel, someday maybe you will be able, even if your parents don't let you, even like you will grow up, and in that time you will be able to share it with yourself and with the world. Because also my mother, when we were child, she was so Catholic, and she was so like close-minded, and I wanted a healthy being since I was little, like 11, and I said to my mother, yo quería uno de estos desde los 11, y yo le dije a mi mamá, like, I want an elf, and please, and she was, because Catholicism sometimes is like close to magic beings, so she was like, no, this taboo, or they are bad, they make you bad things, and I wasn't able to have one. But in my inner child, I was like, someday I will have a doll like that. And when I turned like 21, in my birthday, my sister gave me as a gift of my birthday, and that's how I will advise to them. Like, doesn't matter if right now you can't do it. You will be able in a way when you grow up, but right now try to take care of yourself, like in mind, in details, little details that you can do in your day. And bullying is a hard stuff. It's hard stuff, really. We also were bullied, like, and it's part of a process.
Yeah, like I was bullied a lot, like a lot, and it was just because I had a different personality, I guess. I just was a star since I was little. But now that I grew up, I think about that, and I get the realization that it was never my fault. Like, they didn't understand they were not capable of understanding what I was and what my process of a neurodivergent person was in that time. And I think it's really sad that bullying is something that happens all the time to little kids. But I will say that it's not their fault, and it's probably because they're stars and people don't understand it, and that they will grow up and they will become amazing people, and the people that are bullying them probably won't, because they are bad people. And just to be patient and to remain true to themselves, because honestly all of that with time just gets better. And I think what's meaningful about having a sad experience like that, like I had when I was growing up, is like I became a better person. Like, I told to myself I was never mean to anyone when I was little, and they were mean to me, and I don't want to be mean with anyone when I'm an adult. I want to be a genuine person, I want to be generous, I want to be helpful, I want to give love with all my heart. And I think that's what we need to tell the kids that go through those difficult experiences, because when I was little I didn't have that, and I just wished somebody hold my hand in that moment and told me, it's not your fault, you're gonna be okay, and you're gonna be a star, and it doesn't matter. And that's what I tell the people that are, or the little kids that are going through that. If they are bullying you, it's because you're special. If they're bullying you, it's because you have something different to give to the world, and you are gonna give it when you grow up, and you're giving it already. So yeah. Es un tema complicado porque creo que la moda japonesa muchas veces el J-Fashion tiene como reglas, ¿no? Por ejemplo, cuando me metí al Gyaru, o sea, lo primero que fue así de que, tu maquillaje está mal. Y yo, ¿pero cómo? Y yo, ¿está mal en qué aspecto? Y entonces me puse a investigar más y dije, ok, es que dentro del Gyaru el maquillaje tiene reglas, ¿no? Y si las rompo, entonces ya no soy Gyaru o cómo. Y por eso siento que Honey Deco para mí el día de hoy es una inspiración muy grande, porque me dijo, oye, yo lo revolucioné, y yo, y creo que dentro de J-Fashion hay estilos o subculturas que tienen reglas mucho más impuestas, como lo es el Gyaru, porque, por ejemplo, siento que el decora es más libre, o al menos yo tengo esa percepción, ¿no? O sea, es como de, pues ponte todo, y ya. Pero creo que lo que siempre intentamos hacer con Laguna Delfos es mantenernos honestos a nosotros mismos, ¿no? O sea, y sea lo que sea, encarnar el estilo desde nuestra propia personalidad. Porque, por ejemplo, yo llevo 8 meses haciendo Gyaru. I've been doing Gyaru for 8 months. And it's really not a lot of time, but it's been like a process. And to me, Gyaru is not just fashion, it's about being yourself. Because there's a saying that is Gyaru is mind, and it's just about Gyaru is confidence. Gyaru is being a diva, being yourself, not caring about what anyone thinks. And I think that's what's special about J-Fashion, that you don't have to care about what anyone thinks. You just be yourself, be truthful, be authentic. And that's what I love about Gyaru, that ever since I started doing it and ever since I discovered it, it changed my life, for real. Like, I don't perceive myself as I used to do it before I did Gyaru, because now I have a new sense of confidence. Now I can be like myself in a feminine way that I never did before. Because to me, my femininity was like something bad sometimes. Because Mexico, being a woman in Mexico is kind of complicated sometimes, because men here are kind of disturbing sometimes. So I used to really hate being girly or like wearing skirts, because like I was afraid to go out like and have a terrific man tell me something like, oh, you look so hot or something like that. And I was like, and I started to feel guilty about being a woman, like being girly. I was like, no, I will never wear skirts in my life again. Like just jeans and that's it. And then I discovered Gyaru and I was like, I don't care anymore if like anyone says something about me in the streets. Like they can watch. Like I'm just myself, and I love that. And I love being myself as a Gyaru, and how J-Fashion helped me with that.
And also we think that fashion it's always evolving. Like Harajuku, as it was in 90s and early 2000s, it's really evolving right now. Like in the new generations, Harajuku siempre está evolucionando, y la moda siempre está evolucionando, y nunca es lo mismo. Entonces, like for example, me, I started with the Cora, and I can be a full rainbow, but also I can be like these more like boy energy, with swag, with like an emo core, because also emo is really important for me, because I was really a sad child when I was little. I was a really sad child. Also, I listened a lot of music, emo music when I was in that time of my life, and I dressed black, and I dressed like no. But now, when I started with the Cora, I also started like searching about synthcore, that it's like emo, but being like colorful and like trying to like I don't know, put charms or rainbow energy or fluffy stuff. And also when I started with the Cora, it was also a process with my inner child, also as like Juan said, because that's what the Cora is. Like, we are adults, yeah, because we are adults, we are growing. But like the Cora is like that's why I think it's revolutionary, and that's why I think like the Cora is really so important for the world and for the childs also, and for not childs, also adults. Like how we start living our adulthood in another way that it's more authentic with our inner child. Like, obviously our inner child will be like, oh my god, this doggy that was a robot in my childhood, and play music, and I find it also in a second-hand thrift, and I was like, I will make it a necklace. So that's how we live the Cora. That's how I live my style, because I am like I think I'm a fragment. I live a lot of fragments, and that's how also I want to share my life and my being with other people. Like, you can be so fragmented. You can be a rainbow. You can be a Therian. You can be a furry. You can be on my personality. A dragon also, if you believe it here. So, and that's how also I live fire. Like, believing I'm a dragon in spirit and in magic, and sharing that with people that know our work. It's so special for me and for my sister, like sharing this authenticity with the world. And inspire other people to be authentic and don't care if they are being ridiculous, or because being ridiculous is like, yeah, we're fools, of course we're fools, but that's important. So, ¿estamos locos? Seamos locos para siempre.
Bravo.